All right, let's see if that did it. Can you see and hear me right now? No? Do we have a successful scene changeover? Beautiful. Thank you, Lenina. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Paleontologizing. It is good to have you here. Welcome back to Eastern Utah. Welcome back to the earliest Cretaceous Cedar Mountain Formation. Welcome back to a live dinosaur dig here with paleontologists and volunteers with the Utah Geological Survey. We're digging up what we think is one, if not two, new species of iguanodont dinosaur. And you'll get to witness this firsthand today. Going to be streaming as often as I can, trying to show you what paleontological fieldwork is actually like, answer your questions to the best of my ability, and just show you firsthand what this is all about. So welcome to Paleontologizing. My name is Danny Anduza. I'm a dinosaur paleontologist. I study dinosaurs. I publish on them in the scientific literature, and during the summers I go out and dig them up. And now I get to share that with you, thanks to the magic of Twitch and satellite internet. So, again, I'm glad you're here. Welcome to Paleontologizing. And let's see. Murph, how are you doing? Hello, Murph. Welcome back. I hope you're having a good day. Squiggles, Pursue, Ash, Pyrokitties Tavern, Fluffernuts, CMYK. Hello, everybody. And Gimpleg, thank you for resubscribing. I appreciate that. Gimpleg, how is everybody? Yeah, we've been lucky today. It's not been hellishly hot today. But we do have our shade tarps out in force. As you'll see, we've been working hard on those. And just now reached the point where I can actually start digging. We've got enough overburden cleared. Ethan's actually working on getting rid of some of the rest of that right now. And just a few minutes I'll be sitting down and we'll be digging and seeing if we find some bones. Today we should also hopefully have Ken rolling into the quarry at some point. He's on his way from Colorado right now. And then we've got Jim Kirkland on his way down from Salt Lake City. So one or both of them might show up during today's stream. So we'll see. Stay tuned. But again, it's good to have everybody here. I should emphasize as well, especially for the new folks, if you're here for the very first time, do not hesitate to ask questions. That's what these streams are all about. That's what makes Twitch such a wonderful place for science outreach, is we can get this live interaction between viewers and the broadcaster. So again, this is my way of showing you how paleontology actually works. Do not hesitate. Don't. And hello there to you too, Paleo Stream. Yashua, I hope you're doing well. Good to see you. We're continuing to work on our new iguanodont, possibly iguanodonts here. So we'll be talking about that too. Oh, and I almost forgot. Finally got this on there. If I need to show at a glance, what's an iguanodont? Big beaky plant-eating dinosaur, maybe facultatively bipedal, something like that. That's a little patch that I put there on my mobile streaming setup. So iguanodonts. I've also got Krista Sadler's book that we can open up and check out some visual aids from, which kind of takes some pressure off of me. I didn't have to print any new visual aids this. Over here by the satellite dish. Inside here, I've got this lovely new book. Really exciting. Whoops. Dinosaur Frontier, Utah at the Dawn of the Cretaceous. This is the first scholarly book ever written on the Cedar Mountain Formation, where we are digging right now. In fact, I show up in this book a couple of times. Let's see. There's a photo of our crew. This would have been, I think, 2 summers ago, I presume? Yeah. There's me right there, but we're walking back to camp from the quarry, which is there at the end of the road in that book. So, yeah, good stuff. Yeah. But the critter we're working on right now is going to be pretty similar to this. An iguanodont dinosaur. So this is Orestes, aka Planocoxa, possibly. Yeah, iguanodont dinosaur, beaky plant eater. Yeah, so we'll be looking at this if I need to show off some more visual aids. If we need some visuals, rather. I'll put it in here so it doesn't get sun bleached or tossed around too much by the wind. That was going to be my copy that I was going to keep really nice and pristine. Because Krista Sadler, the author, who hopefully will be out here at the end of the month, she signed that for me. It's a really nice inscription. But I wasn't able to get a second copy fast enough, so that'll have to be the one that gets beaten up. And I'll have her bring me another copy when she shows up, hopefully. But yeah. And Holio Demoni says, hello, it's my first time. Welcome, welcome. It's good to have you here. Yeah. And lots of text and info. Absolutely pursue. Yeah. No, it's really exciting to have that book finally out. And you can purchase it if you go to thisearthpress.org, I think. Yeah, good stuff. So if you want some more information on the work that we're doing out here, why it's important, if you want to understand the Cedar Mountain Formation, that book has got a lot of stuff in it. In fact, there's a lot of stuff in there that hasn't really been published in the scientific literature yet. Here's a new dinosaur that hasn't been named yet. Probably looks something like this. These other two dinosaurs might be synonymous. Stuff like that in there. So if you want to be ahead of the game, understanding the Cedar Mountain Formation, that book is a must-have. So check it out. Yeah. A signed beaten up field copy is cooler anyway, says Jiraki. That's true, but I'd like to have two. One that I can keep nice back in my office and one that I can bring out here. But yeah, I like the way you're thinking, Jirok. Yeah. Anywho, it's good to see you all here. Hello. Yeah, why don't we go ahead and make our way down to the quarry and actually start digging. So we've got this lovely shelf all cleared off right here. And Fisher and I are going to have our hands full for the next, I don't know, maybe a couple weeks doing this. It's not going to take that long, I don't think. But we'll see. Depends how many bones we get. You got anything yet, Fish?
There's a couple of like small, nondescript little fragments here. So there's one here. There's one here.
Oh yeah, nice.
There's
okay.
one here, and there's one here.
Uh-huh.
All of them are substantial enough for me to not just want to throw them in a bucket, but
yeah.
None of them really speak to me as something that we're gonna get excited about.
Sure. Okay. Cool.
It's a nice indicator of where we are in the bedding plane, though.
Right. So we've got the bone layer right here. Nice. Yeah. And Joshua says, I'm still surprised that Cedar Mountain is still a formation and not a group. Yeah, we can talk to Jim about that later. There is like 40 million years represented in it, so it is kind of crazy. But yeah, that's a good point. That's the sound of work being done. Exactly, Mr. Audio. Ethan's using a rotary hammer over there. Let me get my water bottle, and we'll get started here. See, Don's smart. He's got ear protection on right now. Unlike us, numbskulls.
Really? Yes. It like didn't used to be. As a kid, like. 2000s? Yeah. It's just yeah. Yeah. And then the government was like, ooh, regulation is bad. We shouldn't do that. And now we have drug advertising.
There we go. Yeah. And we have moved quite a bit of overbrood in Golganek, you're right. Yeah, good stuff. Micaholic says, this is not the Rockhammer ASMR I signed up for. Well, you'll get some of that in a minute.
There you go.
Yeah. Thanks, Karen. Yeah. We've got, of course, Karen and Laura with us again. Yeah. So. We're getting a nice clean surface over here. They had to put like a nail in the ground.
Yeah, that's a good idea. There's a piece of rebar over there. That works too.
Yeah, one of these. Is that a data spike or is that a nail?
It is, but it's really.
And we could.
That's not going to help anything if those are strong enough.
Well, it just flew out.
Maybe it's mainly the wind. But I don't know.
Well, this just flew out because it wasn't the bottom flew out.
Yeah, I think.
Oh, it's because we're not pulling it down that much with that process.
Yeah.
This way, this is actually
I'll set this here just in case we gotta redo it. All right, nice. Yeah. Zena says, how many paleontologists are at this site? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 right now. And we'll have 7 or 8 by the end of the stream, hopefully. We're multiplying. Ken and or Jim might be showing up. Yeah. And Mr. Audio wants to know, will you be going to the Mason Creek area outside of Chicago fossil dig site? Was just announced on the news. Oh yeah, anytime a fossil dig site is announced on the news, all paleontologists have to go there immediately. So we're all going to be packing up and leaving today. Yeah. No. Mason Creek, Carboniferous? I think it's like Pennsylvania. Yeah. So yeah, I don't really work on stuff that age. Yeah, Mason Creek has been an area that's been worked for probably over 100 years. That's where the Tully monster is from. Really cool critter. But yeah, that's yeah, not really something any of us work on. We're gonna be here until about August 6th or so, August 5th maybe. Might be our last digging day, and then we gotta head back out. They open it up to the amateurs working alongside professionals. Very cool. I think they've done that a lot in the past. The Tully monstrum, that genus, like I was talking about, pretty sure that was discovered by like amateurs, by interested members of the public. So there's a long history of that over in Illinois. Yeah, I did a stream from the museum in Rockford, Illinois, the Burpee Museum of Natural History, and we saw some of the Tully monster fossils there. It was pretty neat. What a weird critter. We're still not totally sure what it is. Like, is it related to worms? Is it a stem vertebrate? Is it a cephalopod? Like, what the heck is it? I don't think there's a strong consensus on that yet. Yeah. And there you go, Paleostream. Yeah, Mason Creek, really famous locale. On your faunal wheel, Paleostream, I bet you have. Yeah. Yeah, and Anachu, it's not likely, in fact, just about impossible we'd find a gold nugget here. These are not the right kinds of rocks, not the right kind of depositional setting. Gold and stuff like that, they're usually found in areas that are really, I want to say geologically violent, in places like the Sierra Nevada, where you've got a lot of like magma roiling underneath. Yeah, I'm not like a hard rock geologist. This is not the sort of thing
all the wrong geology for us.
Yeah, exactly. We dig in the soft stuff. It's sedimentary geology. But yeah, suffice to say, we're not going to find gold here. It's the wrong kind of place. Sorry, Laura. Yeah. And did Mason Creek as a piece some time ago. Very cool, Paleostream. I think I remember seeing that on social media, if you posted it to Blue Sky or something. It's pretty cool. Mason Creek is a really neat fauna. And flora, too, I'm sure. TG Solar Beloved says, hello, I found this channel through another stream where somebody used the dinosaur emote. Very cool. I'm glad those are helping people find the channel here. Welcome to Paleontologizing. Let me know if you've got any questions. We're here in an iguanodont bone bed. We think and hope that we've got a new species of iguanodont, possibly 2 new species of iguanodont here. But, yeah. So, important stuff, I would say. And Paleostream says uranium is more likely, I think, isn't it? Yes. In fact, this area, kind of near Moab, Utah, used to be like a real hotspot for uranium mining. Don was just talking about this yesterday when we were driving to town. There was something like 5,000 people who lived in an encampment here in I want to say the 1960s. Almost like a company town sort of a deal. Excavating uranium for U.S. nuclear power and nuclear weapons, I guess. That stopped a long time ago, but yeah, there's a lot of naturally occurring uranium. It's a natural substance. It's an element. But yeah, that used to be a big deal around here. I think most of that stuff is Jurassic Age, though. There were actually dinosaur fossils from the Morrison Formation in this area that are really hot, super radioactive, to the point where they're like dangerous to handle. And did you bring a Geiger counter? I actually did. It's over in my tent right now, but I do have a radiation detector. I think we tried it a couple years ago in this quarry and didn't get any readings at all. But I could do that again on stream sometime. I think that would be fun. Yeah. Radiant Archosaurus, there you go, Alexandria. Do you need to have a degree to join a paleontologist dig? Absolutely not. No. All of us here in the quarry right now have a background in paleontology. We've gone to school for this sort of thing, at least to a certain extent. But you know, we take volunteers sometimes who might not have any background in science at all. As long as somebody is willing to endure the conditions that we have out here, the heat and the dust and, you know, sleeping in a tent and all of that stuff, and if they're, you know, if they're willing to learn how to do this work and take orders and, yeah, just generally be useful, then that's great, you know? Try not to be gatekeepy about that kind of thing. Anti-credentialist. And exactly, Paleostream, yes. Citizen science. Which is a term that, I don't know, I kind of wish we had a better term than
Community science.
Community science. I like so much better because it doesn't imply like all the politics around citizenship.
Yes.
Yeah.
Community science.
Yeah. But yeah, that's really important. Nearly all of us here right now in the quarry are volunteering here. We're not getting paid to be here. There just isn't the budget for that kind of thing. I'm not going to list any numbers out, but you'd probably be shocked at what little funding we have for this sort of thing. Yeah. We've gotten very good at doing things on the cheap. And it's because we have volunteer labor that that's possible, you know? And I wish I'd known about volunteering when I was younger that that's possible. Yeah, there's so many different opportunities for this kind of thing. When I was in St. George, Utah, a few months ago, we had a whole bunch of volunteers show up from around Utah and around the US. There were some people who flew in from Europe as well to help out with that whole project. That was an emergency fossil dig, trying to excavate a really important fossil site before it was slated to be bulldozed the city was going to build a power station on the site. And yeah, we put the word out like, hey, come volunteer, help us save these fossils. And people showed up in droves. They volunteered, they donated, they supported us in a lot of different ways. And then eventually the city realized, oh shoot, maybe we should build the power station somewhere else. So as a community, we were able to save that site, which is kind of incredible. Very proud of that. And I say as a community, that's everybody who was involved with that operation, including members of Paleontologizing chat, which is really cool. I got to meet half a dozen different people who showed up because that was a proud for me, for sure. And yeah, PaleoStream, yeah. We probably have... Let's see... See if I can find that. Here we go. I'll put the link in the chat. Yeah, check it out. Yeah. And M. Chiro asked and answered a question in the same message. Is the digging in the hot summer because of the academic calendar? Yes, that's exactly why we're out here when we are. This is the hottest time of the year, so not an ideal time to be out digging in the Utah desert, but well, there's no school during the summertime. At least for a lot of different schools. And so, yeah, it's because of the academic calendar that we're out here right now. Oh, my bucket is empty. Thank you, Fisher. Appreciate that. And let's see. The Quest project have an associated website for donations and gifts to support the dig. Not really, no. So we're out here with the Utah Geological Survey, and I don't know if we have like a donation link for that kind of thing. We might have something else though. Yeah. Hey, Ethan. He's got earbuds in right now, but I'll ask him about. He just set up a non-profit the other day. For our work in Wyoming. So last month, for the entire month, I was out there in Wyoming digging dinosaurs in the late Cretaceous almond formation. And that is all funded through donations. We don't have any grants or anything like that. Ethan, is there a way that people could donate to the new nonprofit that you put together?
Yeah, I actually haven't established a checking account for it.
Okay.
It was approved like yesterday.
Nice,
but
yeah.
I'd be more than happy to send it along once it is.
That would be really cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because we've already got people asking about how they can support our work out here, but
Sweet, yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I'll talk to Don about that. Yeah.
Sweet. I'll let you know when that's ready.
Sounds good. Yeah. Yeah.
It's much more official
And like tax deductible too, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
So that
nice.
people can write it off on their taxes.
Yeah.
And help science.
Science. Yeah, and hey, Science Streams, it's good to have you here. Thanks for joining us. Yeah. Let's see. Here, we'll walk around for a little bit. Oh, I've got that rotary hammer. It's a bit noisy, so I can take this opportunity to walk around and answer some questions real quick. Yeah, there we go. A little bit of a reprieve from the noise. That's important stuff. Ethan's clearing some of the overburden so that we actually can get down to the bone layer and not have to worry about all the crud on top. But we had a question about pizza delivery around here. We're in the middle of the Utah desert. We're about 40 or 50 miles away from the nearest town of any consequence. At least 50 miles away from the nearest pizza parlor, I think. So, yeah, definitely not within delivery range. Cracker Bill says it looks hot there. It definitely is, yeah. Although it's not as hot as it should be this time of year. We're actually been really lucky over the past few days. Normally it's like 100, 110 degrees Fahrenheit around this time, but no, it's been like maybe mid-90s, high 90s here. So positively cool by comparison. And we're really lucky at that. But yeah. Let's see. Just outside of the delivery. Exactly, Lenina. Yeah. We're only about 50 miles outside of the delivery zone. Yeah, the nearest town, as the crow flies, is probably Moab, Utah. And then the nearest town in that direction would be in Colorado, probably. Might be what, Grand Junction, Fruita, that area. Yeah. And yeah. Is the bird count still 1? Maybe. Do we count hearing a bird? Because last night or early this morning, around 3 or 4 a.m., I heard a nighthawk. Didn't see it, but I heard it outside my tent. So that would be a total of 2 birds since I arrived on Wednesday. It's Saturday today. Oh boy. Yeah. And Layer T says, out of the sites you've worked, which was the most different from the others? You use whatever metric you would like. Of every site that I've ever worked, oh, the one in St. George would have been the most different, in the sense that was not way out away from civilization. It was literally in the middle of the town of St. George. like there's a fossil site right there next to the museum because they built the museum on site. A fossil track site, so lots of dinosaur tracks, swim traces from dinosaurs, bones of fishes and sharks and stuff like that. That site is literally in the middle of the town of St. George, so we were in between a major road, and on the other side was a Taco Bell and a grocery store. And then behind us was a housing development, and next to us was a city park and a middle school. I actually set up my tent and camped there overnight, and that was surreal, just being in the middle of town. Like, you could hear police cars go by in the middle of the night. Or people squealing their tires and stuff. It's like 50 feet away is one of the main thoroughfares in St. George, Utah. So that was definitely surreal. Yeah, the most different fossil site that I've worked thus far, and that was just this here. Yeah. And wasn't it weird, Squiggles? Yeah. It's pretty nice getting Taco Bell for lunch every day, though. Gotta say. Yeah. Good stuff. Let's go see. That might be it for the rotary hammer, so we can go back without blowing out everybody's speakers. Yeah. So you're wrapping something earlier, Fisher?
Yep.
Yeah. Anything good?
Mm-hmm.
No. Fair.
Low priority upper stuff.
Yeah.
It could be a bit. Yeah, I think a lot of that's been consolidated, but it may very well be. I feel like there may be a contact right here, but that could just be upper crust. I'm not sure. I'll have to figure that out. I've got a shitty bone under my scoop. I've got like a busted weather bone under my scoop here. Not, I mean busted from just being a shitty bone. Yeah, I glued it up. Yeah. So. Yeah, it could be.
Actually looks good from here.
Yeah, it's cool. It's all glued up and such. That's the highest thing I've found over here. For sure, yeah.
Yeah. Just based on the height of those.
Oh, there could totally be stuff under your feet. Yeah, good point. Gotta get in there.
Under the wall.
Yeah. You're gonna have to go lateral anyway to get under the jacket. That's the button. here. Pebbles! Bone pebbles or puzzle pebbles? Sweet. Lucky.
Oh yeah. I've got a couple bits in here, but it looks like kind of nasty.
Nice.
Wait, there's one. So I got these two kind of like ribby bits that I just have to label.
Nice.
And then this like maybe a tooth fragment. It's hard to tell now because I glued it back together.
Yeah.
But it looked like tooth.
Looks like a tooth, yeah.
But it also just looks pretty rounded and not.
Yeah, I can actually see this cross section here.
Yeah.
Up in the middle.
I think
median,
so. So that one's maybe worth wrapping up as well.
That's fine.
Yeah, that one was a little bit higher, like right up here.
Sweet.
Ontogeny.
Holler if you ever need overburden help or anything.
Will do. I think
you
we're good for
still
today.
got a ways to go,
We'll just keep taking the shelf down a little bit further.
Yeah.
And I don't know what we'll do if we don't find anything further down. If we'll just kind of give up on this area or what.
Well,
I mean, certainly if we find good stuff, then we'll start taking that down.
It's also possible that there may be
like actually
some bone-bearing rock where we're sitting too. Like I may be standing on some bone-bearing rock, honestly.
Yeah. No, I've contemplated that, but I don't want to dig down into too much of a hole.
Totally.
So, especially if there's other options. So, I don't know.
Maybe once this peters out, it's worth a shot. We'll see.
Yeah, well, that's kind of for now. I think
Chugging
we're in that upper like bone pebble layer.
Yeah.
It seems like because we're finding like lots of little pieces, scraps, etc.
Yeah.
The biggest pieces so far have been like the ones Jenny found right here.
Nice.
And
Laura's bone was pretty sweet.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. That was high. That was a bit higher up too.
That was kind of here.
Yeah. So that was random isolated bone, but.
That way, I guess we should expect your bones to be at the same level as ours, huh? Because it's not like the dip is going.
Not strongly.
Thank you, Nivy,
It's
for the 15 months. I appreciate
on the
that.
plane, you know.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
And we're getting down to
And TG Solar.
Same.
Does the team help
So
teach them how to
like I
dig
said,
and how to
I'm
identify
really
bones
hoping
versus rocks? That's a big part of what we do
bring
here
this
with
down and there's
newer
just
volunteers. Yeah.
great stuff under
And
there.
sometimes we'll find something and we'll pass it around. And we'll go,
Uncle's cross.
do you think this is
Yup.
bone? Yeah.
Yup.
Could this be a little bit of Tempskia crud in here?
Thumbs pressed.
What's that?
That's
I'm
what we
getting
say
optimistic. Could this be some
Yeah.
Tempskia crud in here, or is that just...
Okay.
Yeah, it could
It
be.
doesn't look like Tempskia.
I mean, it could be.
Is there, like,
It's
a
probably
physical
some kind of
action
root
to that?
thing.
Yeah.
That's working against like those. Yeah. Okay. Oh, you squeeze in.
Yeah.
Just got to give a little smooch sometimes, you know?
It's the root of.
But, yeah. But yeah, Solar, to answer your question, when we do have volunteers here, sometimes, you know, they don't have a lot of experience in working a site like this. And so, yeah, a big part of it is just developing a sense for what is bone and what is not. And it can take a little while. Yeah.
It's just a regular pebble, right?
Yes.
So, here, I'll show you here. Bring the camera around. We're working in this mudstone, which is from the bottom of this ancient swamp, basically. And looking for little bits of bone. We actually have one right here. Here is some bone poking out right there. So, I don't know if we have any glue on that yet. We probably do. But, yeah. I will kind of work around this area. You try and work from the top down. You don't want to dig into the side because you'll end up prying things apart. You'll end up breaking bones. You want to work from the top down. And so that's what I'm going to do over here eventually, but I'm going to make sure I work this down first. I've got other stuff too, like here's a pebble right here. It's in among this mud before it, you know, it's turned to stone. So when this was still a muddy swamp, there was a pebble right there. And now it's included in the rock. So, yeah. Sometimes you get really excited because you see something that looks, oh man, this is bone. It would be the perfect place to have it. And no, it's just a rock or something. A little pebble in there. And Renfield 1897 wants to know, what is the crew's favorite TV show or movie that features humans living at the same time as dinosaurs? Well, I mean, that's most movies, because, you know, birds are dinosaurs.
Cop out.
But yeah, that doesn't really count. Do you have one, Karen? Would Jurassic Park count? Because
I feel
that's
like Jurassic Park fits that, and yeah, it's
Yeah.
the original. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, that would probably be
that would probably have to be mine
my
too.
favorite.
Yeah. Would you like me to move your backpack too? I've been like scooping dust onto it.
Oh, sure. I mean, yeah, you can. Pass
If that's a
it back.
convenient place for it, I don't want to. I feel bad about coating it with dust.
It's dust coated, but yeah, you can like toss it back.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah. I've always liked the Valley of Guanji. That's a good one too, from 1969. Ray Harryhausen stop motion special effects. It's a good one. I don't know.
Old school King Kong. I mean, that's fun too.
Yeah, 1933. Yeah. Yeah.
The dinosaurs are kind of incidental, but they're there.
Yeah, I was always frustrated by that. That like, there's this,
Yeah.
like, I'm telling you, on this island there's a giant gorilla that's gonna amaze the world. It's like it's an island full of dinosaurs.
But there's so many I know. Like, no, the giant gorilla's cool too.
I guess. I don't know. We know what gorillas look like though. It's
Yeah.
yeah. It's like here's a gorilla. It's big, I guess.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
You know.
And
There's
you're
a
like,
stegosaurus
wait,
in that
back
one.
up. There
Yeah.
Why is that not the feature attraction that we try and bring?
Exactly.
Around? It's a bit odd.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Because dinosaurs can't climb up buildings, I guess. So they don't quite fit the plot.
Yeah. It might take longer to go up the stairs.
Yeah.
A lot of stairs in the Empire State Building. But Hitchcock's The Bird, says Alameda. That's a good one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Layer T says if a gorilla breaks the square cube law, it's instantly more fascinating. I don't know about that. Yeah. That would be really funny if they actually did try to make it anatomically accurate. Like, his legs would have to be like 6 times wider.
Yeah.
And he'd like barely be able to walk.
Yeah.
Yeah. The square cube law, for anybody not in the know, is this idea that as an object or an organism's volume and mass increases, hang on, its mass increases as is cubic, and then the volume. Hang on.
I got you. Can I
Yes,
do it?
please. Yeah.
So as something gets bigger, right? If you're just sort of looking at it flat, like an area, right? That would be increasing by squares, right? As it gets both taller and wider, right? That's one dimension times another dimension, so that's increasing by square units.
Mm-hmm.
But when you add in the depth, right? The third dimension, then you're adding a third axis, so that's increasing. So the mass and the volume of the animal is increasing by cubic, right? So it's increasing more rapidly than the surface area, or like the general, like the cross section, right? Like the profile. So
which is like if you were to take an ant.
So that as you scale like an animal up, because animals are 3-dimensional, right? Their volume increases faster than their like height. Or
So they're proportionally heavier than they are.
Right.
Dimensionally bigger. So like.
Exactly. So if you just scale up a gorilla, make it twice as tall, it's like
6 times as heavy or
as
something
heavy,
like that.
right?
Yeah.
And in actual biology, you would have to compensate for how you carry around that extra weight.
Right.
And so larger animals tend to not really walk in the same ways as smaller animals.
Think about how thick the legs are in an elephant, as opposed to a horse, as opposed to a grasshopper.
A deer, or
A deer, yeah.
yeah.
So like, the movie Them with the giant ants, the giants. If they were actually that big, they would need as big around as an elephant's legs. They would have to be like.
And they wouldn't really look like ants anymore.
Exactly. Yeah.
Or not exactly, anyway. They could maybe be kind of ant-like, but yeah, just scaling up a gorilla. It wouldn't really actually be able to move like biomechanically, but it's a movie and it's just for fun. It's fine. But that's the square cube law. Like as animals get bigger, they have to actually change shape to compensate for the added weight.
Yeah. Thanks, Gary.
Yeah.
Ontogeny.
square cube lot destroys Godzilla. I mean, kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It does have pretty thick legs, though.
Yeah, they sort of thought about it, maybe.
They did. I think it was just
That's how you
they
put
were
a
able to
human
make
in a
the
rubber
suit.
suit initially.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. That's that noise for anybody wondering what's going on. Yeah. And there you go, Golganek. Yeah, heck, human children versus adults is a mass issue. Skinning a knee versus tearing an ACL. I mean, yeah, good point.
Yeah. I mean, you want to see something terrifying? Take a picture of a baby and like scale it up and put it next to a picture of an adult and like see what it would look like if it just scaled.
If the proportions were the same.
Proportions were the same.
Yeah.
It's legitimately kind of terrifying.
It really is. Yeah. Let's see if I can find.
Like, no, babies aren't supposed to be that big.
Yeah, there we go.
Yes.
That's what we were talking about. And Solar says, do you guys add electrolyte packets to your water? Sometimes, yeah. Fisher and Dawn have got Gatorade powder in their water. It turns it this weird, like, electric yellow color. And, oh, that's really neat, Layer T. So, Folden Mar, 23 million years old. Fisher, would that be Miocene? 23 million years old?
It's like earliest Miocene.
Earliest Miocene, nice. Have you heard of that site before? The Folden Mar? It's a Lagerstätte?
No, I haven't. Where's it from?
I don't know. Yeah, where's that from, Layer T? Yeah. Folden Mar. I would guess it's somewhere in Northern Europe, given... It's a guess. Yeah. Anyhow. Oh, it's from Otago, New Zealand. Interesting. Okay. Huh. Yeah. Huh. Interesting. That would be pretty cool. You'd have like lots of really interesting plants and stuff. Probably a lot of gymnosperms. Neat. That's really cool, Layer 2. Yeah. One of my friends went to school in Otago. I think he got his doctorate there at the University of Otago. Bobby Bosenecker, who is a whaleontologist, studies fossil whales, pinnipeds, other marine organisms. But yeah, they've got a lot of fossil whales in New Zealand. Yeah. Pumpkin the cat says whales are amazing. Like some wolf-like creature said, let's go into the water. And around 50 million years later, we have this. Pretty neat to think about, right? Yeah, but, you know, a lot of animal groups are like that. Birds are a good example, you know? We have things like hummingbirds that, you know, you go back into the Middle Jurassic and their ancestors would have looked like something like Velociraptor, you know? It's a pretty interesting transformation there. And we don't have a paleobotanist on site. No, Snow Denchi. Whitney was here for a few days when we were in Wyoming. But she's not coming out here. Yeah. And Heel says, have you heard about the marine wolves in Vancouver? Oh, the sea wolves? Yeah. Live along the shoreline, and they're mostly solitary, I think. Yeah, pretty neat. In a documentary series that I saw on the plane when I was coming back from Michigan, I think. Anyway, the documentary series, I think it was called North America or something? No, The Americas. It's North and South America. And I remember hearing about it from my mom, of all people. She was like, yeah, I saw this really cool thing, and Tom Hanks narrates it. I think that's why she watched it. But they had a sequence in there about the sea wolves in along the Pacific coast of Canada. That was neat. It's almost difficult to do like a really good nature documentary series and not have David Attenborough narrate it. Set the bar so high for this kind of thing that anything else just feels like a poor imitation. But I don't know, the fact that my mom watched that and found it really engaging makes me happy. It means that it's reaching a wider audience. I don't know if she would watch a lot of Attenborough stuff, but the fact that Tom Hanks was narrating it, that made it felt accessible to her. And she sat down and watched it, and that was really cool, I think. And it was neat that they had that as like in-flight entertainment on whatever airline I was on, too. So, yeah. It was solid, honestly, says Salmander. Tom Hanks did a great job. Yeah. Again, it's not Attenborough, but, you know. Yeah, but nobody else is, so.
Yeah, his brother's a professor.
David
Hanks.
Attenborough? Oh,
Yeah,
Tom
Tom
Hanks'
Hanks.
brother.
Yeah.
Interesting.
He's like a math professor at like
Really?
University of Illinois or something. And apparently looks a lot like Tom Hanks.
Oh, really?
And he's just like, yeah, Tom Hanks' brother, we're not going to talk about it.
That's really
Teaches
funny.
math.
David Attenborough's brother's also a professor.
Oh, okay. Well,
Really?
Yeah.
it worked either way.
How many brothers did he have? Because Richard Attenborough was an actor.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he's got another
There's
brother?
another one.
Robert, I think,
Yeah?
who does, like, human research
Oh, cool.
and evolutionary psychology.
Uh-huh. Huh. Yeah, speaking of Tom Hanks, though, he's from the Bay Area. But there's all kinds of murals all around where I live that you're like, oh, there's Bruce Lee, and there's Tom Hanks, and there's Marshawn Lynch, and like other people who are famous from the Bay Area. I think Tom Hanks may have lived in Oakland, where I live. I think he went to school in like Concord, California, where my grandpa lives. Yeah. Yeah, but David Attenborough does have an amazing voice. I agree, Chad. He could lead a cult.
He kind of does. Maybe a little.
Yeah. But I also saw that, what was it? A Life on Our Planet, his like autobiographical documentary on Netflix. It is really good. I got the book as well,
Life
and
on Air.
I've not read it yet. But yeah, what's
Life
it?
on Air.
I think it's A Life on Our Planet. It came out in like 2020 or something like
Oh,
that.
he also has a book, Life on Air.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, that's the book.
Yeah, I've got like 2 of his other books, and it's A Life This, A Life That, or Life, yeah, Planet of Life or something. Yeah, I guess if your subject is biology, the word life features pretty
Comes up a lot.
prominently. Yeah.
I think it's also because of most of his, a large portion of his nature are life on Earth, life.
That's right, yeah. Life of mammals, life
Yeah.
of amphibians, yeah. Yeah.
That's now his franchise.
I'm just gonna say it, the UK really made a mistake in not making him king when they had the chance, you know? I think it would have been smart. But I don't know. I don't get to vote in those elections, so. Life on Earth Live. Yeah, and yeah, there you go, Layer 2. Yeah, Robert W. Bozenecker, Bobby B. He went to University of Otago. Yeah. Reindeer Police says, I'm English and we don't get to vote for king either. You know, you should change that. Not change the being English part, change the not being able to vote for king part. Yeah. F. Tippin says, is there any attempt made to ensure that endangered species, especially plants, are not present in dig sites? Yeah, I mean, every morning we come out and check that there's no giant pandas or, so it just jumped up. We kind of needed a rope just with high tension going down to the ground. Yeah.
Well, we'll see. We'll probably get some.
Yeah, so, yeah, nice. Yeah, there we go. What were we talking about? Recovering chemist says this is better than storm chasers. Thanks.
Yeah.
We don't just chase the storms, we catch them, or they catch us. Voting for kings. Oh, check it. Oh no, it wasn't polar bears. It was panda bears. Layer 2. Yeah, giant pandas. And somebody was asking what kind of precautions we take to make sure that we're not threatening any endangered species out here. You know, digging a hole is not quite as invasive as you would think it would be. We do generate some noise for certain, and some dust and stuff, but yeah, this is pretty low impact in the grand scheme of things. When we work out here, we're working on federal land. This is Bureau of Land Management land, BLM land. And so we have to get permits in order to do that. And so if there were any threatened species in the area, if there were anything really environmentally sensitive, that would go into the decision whether or not to give us our permits to dig out here. So the fact that we got permits means that, you know, we're not really going to mess anything up by being out here. But yeah, I know I give you a facetious answer, but yeah, that is something the Bureau of Land Management is concerned about, and to make sure that the work that we're doing out here is not going to be threatening anybody, not going to be making the lives of endangered or threatened species any more difficult. Yeah, in fact, that's actually one of the things that, like, I don't know, the BLM, the Bureau of Land Management, has to do this really difficult balancing act where they're trying to preserve natural environments and protect species that are threatened and stuff, but they're also trying to a certain extent, make resources available to mining companies, to, you know, lumberjacks, people like that. I'm sure I'm not using the right terminology here, but you get the idea. They're trying to balance preserving and protecting these natural environments and then making them available to a reasonable extent to development and stuff like that. And yeah, it's a difficult job. Like, the BLM is... people get really upset with them on both sides of that. So yeah, honestly, they try their best. It's not easy. Yeah. Yeah. Anywho. And Pumpkin the Cat says, "This is the first time I've been tuning into this dig. What are we hoping to find?" Well, we already have a bunch of material from the past 4 years, I think, of a critter. No, I guess 3 years from this quarry. Critter like this. This is an iguanodont. We've got what we think is 1 or possibly 2 brand new species of that kind of dinosaur right here. So we've got literally hundreds of different elements from that critter. And we're really hoping for some diagnostic bits. Like, Karen was really hoping to find some hand material, possibly, because that could be really useful. Or a squamosal would be killer. Like one of the bones from the back of the skull would be really... Because there's another dinosaur that we have called iguanodont, which is from a similar time and place. It's a little bit... Our guy might be a little bit older than iguanodont, right?
Probably,
Yeah.
yeah.
So we expect it to be different, but if we really want to figure out how different it is, having some overlapping bones, like bones from the same bone from 2 different animals, can help us determine how different it is. Mm-hmm. And that's really important. So, yeah, like I said, we've already got a bunch of bones from this critter. Having more would be really nice, especially if we get some bones in particular, like a squamosal or some carpals or metacarpals or phalanges or what have you. If we get a complete skull, holy cow, that would be awesome. But I don't know how likely that is. Everything here seems to be pretty disarticulated for the most part. So finding a complete skull would be... We'd be over the moon, and it would be very surprising. Don't expect to find that. But one can hope. And is iguanodont a type of iguanodont? It is indeed. Yes, Circules. And Marley's81, thank you for raiding in. How are you doing? How was your stream? Marley's squad walking in. Wiener raid. Alright, nice. Welcome. It's good to have you here. Welcome to Paleontologizing. My name is Danny Anduza. I'm a dinosaur paleontologist, and I'm here with a crew of other paleontologists working with the Utah Geological Survey, and we're digging up some dinosaurs here in eastern Utah, kind of near the town of Moab, in the earliest Cretaceous Cedar Mountain Formation. Welcome. Let me know if you've got any questions. Thanks for coming in. Yeah. Doesn't look like anything to you, does it, Fisher?
Anything on the side?
Yeah.
I mean, it's bone, but
It's a little bone bean.
it's so tumbled that
Yeah.
it's not reliable.
Make sure I wasn't missing out on a tooth or something like that. Oh yeah, I should show you, Jeff. This is what I was asking about right there. So that is a little fragment of bone. It's loose, it's not diagnostic, it's not anything worth collecting, but it does tell us that there is bone in this layer. So the stuff is here. We gotta move through it carefully. But this in particular is just a little shard. Nothing important. See, Ranger Police says, what kind of area size do you typically expect to find the bulk of a dinosaur? Are they usually isolated to an area or spread out? So if you're talking about like a single dinosaur specimen, like a single carcass, that can either be articulated, so the bones can be together in their life position. You know, if you were to like lay the animal down on its side and then just snap your fingers and it's a skeleton, bones are all together, that's what we're talking about. Articulated. Or they can be scattered, and at this site, they're scattered, disarticulated. Everything's fallen apart. All the bones are all over the place. And so here at this particular quarry, we've got bones over there next to Dawn. We've got bones there next to Ethan. We've got some bones right here between me and Fisher. We've got some over here between Karen and Laura. And then we've had bones from there last year, way over there. We've had bones all over the place. We're not sure what our MNI is for this site, our minimum number of individuals, but it's quite a few. How many would you say, Ethan?
4 million. I don't know, maybe 20?
20 different individual animals? Oh, look, the nail is about to come out of that pole behind you. Watch out! Nice. Thanks for catching it.
I want to say based on ilium count, it was like 9 or something. At
Oh,
minimum.
okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
So, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Do you remember? I don't know.
What did you say? How many?
I said based on ilium count. I think we came up with something for SVP
we
last
had,
year.
I don't know.
Something around 10.
14 ilia or something?
Oh, 14 maybe.
But those are left.
But some, yes,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
some are left and some are right.
Right.
So
Okay.
Maybe 12 MNI?
yeah.
So a dozen animals here potentially?
That's based off of just ilia though.
Yeah. Dozen of,
Yeah.
of these guys. So that's kind of a generic iguanodont there. That's supposed to be iguanodon bernosartensis, I think. In fact, I recognize this illustration. Yeah. That's supposed to be, this is kind of copied from one of John Sibbick's iguanodon illustrations. He's a British paleo artist. Yeah. But our critter is about 20 million years older than this guy, but from the same family. We don't know whether or not it had a thumb spike, like your classic iguanodon. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. We don't know yet. But one of the things that we would love to figure out. Yeah. And Marley says this is so cool. Thank you. Yeah. It's cool to be able to share it, and it's also cool of my crewmates here to put up with me just yapping into the camera the whole time. I appreciate their patience so that you can experience what this is like too, to a certain extent. So, shout out to them for being so cool.
Yeah, it's like less tumbled than others.
Yeah.
No more angular, but that's all there is.
Seeing that you're talking about some old books. Exactly, Crimson Carnotaurus, yeah. Yeah.
that a new one?
No, it's the same one. It's that little rib
Oh, I was
thing.
going to work over
It's
here.
not a rib anymore.
Try and get this bone out over here.
So,
I'm going to grab the nail to use the chisel.
so
Oh, yeah.
All coming up loose.
That's why it looks a little fresher maybe. With some fresh blades. Alright, push it under for a second. So it looks like this is loose. If you pop that out and just that's all there is.
So I've got a bit of bone right here in this chunk. Oops. Come on there. There's the bone right there. Here. So the idea is to get this out in as small a piece as possible without the whole thing falling apart. I'll apply some more glue to it right now. I was kind of hoping it would be a longer bone plunging in this direction or something, but I see no sign of that here. There's nothing underneath. It's just that. So let's glue it up.
Okay, I won't have it.
And hey, that text is scripted. Thanks for rating in. Welcome to Paleontologizing. It's good to have you here. How was your stream? I hope it was really good. Yeah. And Guts, welcome. We're in the Cedar Mountain Formation, so the very, very beginning of the Cretaceous period here near Moab, Utah. So this is the same formation that Utah raptor is from, if you're familiar with that animal. The Utah raptor is from rocks a little bit younger than what we've got here. So this critter that we're digging up is older. And again, I'm so glad I have this now. It's an iguanodont dinosaur that would have looked something like this. You know iguanodon, you know it, you love it. We've got an earlier member of this group, maybe about 20 million years older, right here. And we have every reason to think it's a new species, potentially two new species from this very quarry. So yeah. Yeah. And Stormy 006, yeah, we will collect this piece here. And yeah, that might be, oh boy, it really wants to come apart. Yeah, great. I want to gypsona this together real quick. I don't know. What do you think, Don? You want to come here and take a look? So, here it is. So this was from right here. And this whole piece wanted to come off together.
Yeah.
It's kind of taking chunks off and the whole thing just went. It doesn't extend underneath.
Yeah,
Check.
it kind of looks like maybe a rib tag or something.
Yeah, but there's a bit of bone here that wants to stick to this part. There's this crack running along here, so it wants to split right there. Yeah. I could try and wrap it up with a ton of TP, or I could just do a real quick gypsona, or I could just really soak this with glue.
Yeah,
if I had some thick glue.
Let it sit, and then maybe later you could do a little water to just let it get a little smaller.
Sure, yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if it's worthy of a gyppy.
It might even just be,
yeah, kind of
like it might even stop right under here.
Yeah,
I don't know how
looks
far
like
it
a
extends
fragment,
underneath.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd throw some glue, let it set aside for a little bit, and then
Cool.
we can decide. But yeah, maybe soak it a little bit, let some of that other junk.
Yeah.
And then sometimes for these areas too, we'll just have like a mist bone bag.
Sure. So you wouldn't even bother mapping this, you think?
Yeah. Probably
Yeah.
Not.
Cool.
I mean, sometimes if you have a map going here, you might, put bone frag or something on there.
Mm-hmm.
And usually write it,
Fair. Yeah.
but maybe not a number.
So can I get some thick glue then? Because I think this is
Just under the scoop.
it's fairly thin.
Yeah.
I know it says acetone on it, but it's glue. I think you gave me that one yesterday. sounds good. Thanks, Don.
Throw it back, see if it
Yeah. That was a fishing joke, chat. Did you catch that? Throw it back, see if it gets bigger.
You good? Thank you.
Ugh, stuff is thick. There we go. So potentially 2 new species of iguanodont. Beautiful. Exactly, Guts. Yeah. 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 And Solar says, what does the glue do? So the glue that we're using here is called polyvinyl acetate glue, PVA glue. So the particular kind is
It's a heavy one, yeah. I overloaded it a bit.
acryloid B72, I think is the trade name. But it's basically like a plastic compound that's dissolved in acetone. So, you dribble some onto the surface, like this. And the acetone kind of, since it's really pulls the plastic compound down into the interior of the bone. Acetone evaporates away and leaves the plastic inside to strengthen it from within. So we call that a consolidant glue. It's pretty standard in, field paleontology and also in the laboratory as well. There's a few different kinds of it. Acryloid, Vinac, Boutvar. And everybody's got their own preference and everything. But here we use acryloid B72. That's very cool. Thanks, Solar. Yeah. And Sinker Ratto says, "Show me T-Rex, buddy." Sorry. That's there is more time separating this dinosaur here from T-Rex than there is separating T-Rex from us. So Tyrannosaurus at the very end of the Cretaceous period is closer in time to you and me and Twitch.tv than it is to this iguanodont. So this guy's about 142 million years old, give or take. Tyrannosaurus is about 66 million years old. So, yeah, gives you some appreciation, hopefully, for the, how incredibly long the Mesozoic era was, the age of dinosaurs. And we're only about halfway through the age of dinosaurs here. It extends way back to the first dinosaurs evolved around 240 million years ago, give or take. So yeah, cool to think about. Yeah.
We've got a sharpener.
And yeah, yeah.
I'm happy to try.
But we don't have to throw it out right away.
Parts of this coming off. This is good. Some of these trunks are still too big to wrap properly. So I'm gonna go get that water like Don was saying. Let's see if I can break some of this down. Oh, Karen has one here. Oh well. So I'm just applying some water to this. This is mudstone, so if you rehydrate it, saturate it with some water, it'll become kind of muddy and squishy again to a certain extent, and you can break it apart. So that's what I'm doing here.
Where were you trying to fry?
There we go. We already have pieces just sloughing off. Beautiful. That's exactly what we want. Ah, that works fast. Nice. Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure it'll get swept up. I mean, it's sort of pointy, so I guess be careful when you're sweeping things up. Oh, there's the other stone cabinet. Sorry, I just saw it here, but yeah.
So I'll say this quietly, but on other crews, you know, I would really like to use some aluminum foil on this, but we don't really do aluminum foil here. So we'll wrap this up with some TP, toilet paper, after I get this down to a manageable size, and we'll go ahead and collect it. We can get it out of the way and keep digging. And Kenny says, how much of that is bone? Not very much. So this is just a little fragment of bone right here, right there. So this part here is bone, probably just a fragment of rib or something like that. It's probably not something very important, but we want to get it back to the laboratory so that it can get cleaned up, and maybe, just maybe, it will turn out to be important, you know? Pays to be careful about this sort of thing. So that's what I'm doing here. Put some more glue on. And we'll let that dry, and then I'll go ahead and wrap it up. Yeah. And Rough Fun says, oh nice, we're digging, let's go. Yeah. Welcome to the field. It's good to have you here. Thanks for joining us. Still pretty tacky, pretty sticky. Let that dry a little bit longer. And Katsakooter says hello. Hello to you too. Welcome to Paleontologizing. Welcome to our dinosaur dig here with the Utah Geological Survey out near Moab, Utah. And Andrew Memorak says, this might sound like a really dumb question. I assure you it doesn't. Has there ever been a nearly intact organ of a dinosaur ever found? Yes. We actually do have, on really rare occasions, internal organs of dinosaurs that have been preserved. The one that immediately jumps to mind for me would be Scipionyx. Scipionyx is a tiny little theropod dinosaur, probably like a hatchling, from Italy. And it's got its guts preserved. They're kind of like a thin film. Here, I'll show you. Scipionyx fossil. Scipionyx fossil. No, I don't want your AI garbage. Goodness. There we go. So here is a diagram from Wikipedia. So tiny little, probably hatchling theropod dinosaur. And the parts that are highlighted in green on the photo are remnants of the digestive tract. So we've got duodenum, stomach, yeah, pretty neat. Remnants of the esophagus and the trachea right there too. So this is vanishingly rare. You do not get this sort of thing often at all. This is one of the only examples I can think of, but it does happen on occasion, which is really cool. Yeah, Scipionyx. Pretty awesome. Yeah. And how did that get preserved? I mean, it must have been after the rest of the animal decomposed. Those parts were still kind of intact. And then when it got buried, there's kind of like a carbonaceous film around those parts of it. It might be that you had bacteria feeding on those parts, and what we're seeing is actually like the in the exact shape of the organs that they were feeding on. Essentially like a carbon film. It's neat stuff, and you can read more about it if you'd like to on Wikipedia. There's a little explanation of that photo. Mary Young says, OMG, hello, how cool is this channel? Thanks. Welcome to Paleontologizing. It's good to have you here. Yeah. And he also says sometimes volcanic ash preserves things really well. Yeah, that's the case, we think, in the Yixian formation in China, where you get all this soft tissue, skin, feathers, stuff like that, fossilized. And it's probably something to do with an anoxic depositional environment and very, very, very fine scale sediment burying the stuff. So like this volcanic ash, which is, you know, it's basically like kind of like glass dust, but just extremely, extremely fine. And with that, you can get extraordinary detail preserved. Really neat. Yeah. I think this is about ready to wrap up, so I'll go ahead and do that. Get some TP here.
Is there a preferred TP variety for wrapping stuff up already? Probably let it dry a little bit, huh?
I could do that a little bit more, I guess. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I
just don't want it to get knocked over. But I can set it to the side for now. Again, that's our little bone right there. Probably nothing important, but we want to be thorough. Want to be careful. Solar says, having a stream like this heals my inner child. I'm so glad to hear that. Thank you for the kind words. I appreciate that kind of feedback. Ms. Art Rule says, is Fisher there? No, unfortunately not. No, he's definitely not hiding right there. Fisher's surprised us. I was told he was not going to be out here this year, and I was honestly a little sad about that. Like, maybe more than a little bit sad. And then I show up and here he is. So, yeah. We're very lucky to have him here. No. Well, I mean it, Fisher, obviously. Yeah, it wouldn't be the same without Fisher. This is going to be my first summer in Doling's Bowl without Fisher. It would not have been the same. Only 75 krona for a surprise Fisher appearance. It was a steal. There you go, Lenina, yeah. Yeah. An Atari X head game consoler says, might dinosaurs have evolved further? You mean if they'd been given the opportunity? I mean, some of them did. Birds are living dinosaurs. They're the only dinosaur group that survived that extinction event at the end of the Cretaceous, which is probably mostly caused by that asteroid impact. Birds are living dinosaurs. Today we've got over 9,000 species of bird. They outnumber mammal species like 2 to 1. And they've evolved some pretty extraordinary shapes and sizes and colors and behaviors and all that good birdie stuff. So, yeah. It's cool to think about. But it's also interesting sometimes to think about what non-avian dinosaurs would have evolved to be like if they had survived that cataclysm at the end of the Cretaceous. But, you know, you can only speculate about that. There's no way to actually, like, test that scientifically.
How much of the disparity in species count do you think has to do with birds' ability to disperse?
I think a lot of it, probably. Yeah, because I mean that's how it is for bats and rodents, right? Mm-hmm. You know, like the most speciose groups of mammals. Yeah. I've also heard it estimated that like it could have been like a quarter of all bird species went extinct recently, and we just don't even know that they existed.
Yeah.
Especially like island species.
Say the line, Bart.
It's a running joke here. It's Don's wife calls him, and you know the phone calls out her name, and he picks up and he goes, "Hi." It's very cute. So we always turn and look when that happens. Yeah. And any Jim sightings? Not yet. He should be here hopefully during today's stream, Caribou Bonfire. He's on his way from Salt Lake right now. So yeah. And oh, and hi Lordy, how are you doing? Hello, hello. Hope you're having a good day. And it is cute when Don picks up the phone. Hi. And Ms. Art Rule says, I have a question. When he does digital CT scans of bones, oh, for Fisher, does he ever use VR headsets to look at bones in 3D better? Fisher, how often do you use VR headsets for doing your digital prep?
Never.
Never? Yeah.
No.
No. Oh, so you've done that too, Laura?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, shoot. Yeah. Cool.
That was pretty much the entirety of my master.
Nice, yeah, yeah. So Laura here works on fossil squamates. So lizards and snakes. Squamata.
But no, never, ever with
A VR headset. Yeah, yeah, fair. Do you just use a regular mouse, or do you use like a stylus or any special equipment for like manipulating the models or anything like that?
I use like an overly expensive ergonomic mouse because there was too much funding that had to be.
And you have to use it, yeah.
So I was like, yeah, I can use like a $75 mouse.
Yeah. There's people watching Twitch right now that only use their computer mouses for $500 on a mouse. That's not that crazy. Yeah.
Okay, well.
Yeah.
There were free mice.
Uh-huh.
I didn't use that.
I say mouses for computer mouses. I don't know why, but yeah.
I don't usually have to talk about more than one.
Yeah?
I don't.
Normally they're just singular.
Wielding.
Yeah.
Conflicting arrows.
Yeah. Yeah. My mouse that I have at home is made of wood, along with the keyboard. It's a bamboo one, which is fun.
Mouses when you're talking about different species.
Oh, it's like fish versus fishes. There we go. Yeah.
I mean, that's the joke I'm making. I don't know if it's.
So if it's the same make and model, then it would be.
Then it's mice.
Mice.
But if they're like different brands, then.
Then it would be mouses.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Then it's mouses.
I think we need to make that actually lore now.
Add that to the official style guide for
Yeah.
the institution. Yeah. Nice. And yeah, one of K. Passionate's ferrets is named Fisher. Oh, that's cool, Chaotic Kitten. Well, a fisher is another kind of mustelid, like a ferret is. Members of the same family, Mustelidae. Yeah, and isolated, the dig is going well. Thanks for asking. Welcome back. Yeah. And Crimson Carnotaurus says, it is mostly gamers here on Twitch, and some are from the competitive scenes, so it's not out of place to think that they would have some of the more expensive designs. That makes sense, yeah. Yeah.
That seems like a lot.
It
Yeah.
wasn't even my lab.
Uh-huh.
Like, it was my friend's lab had too much funding. And
Oh,
my friend
nice.
was like, do you want any
Yeah.
random like stuff? It has to be something I can justify to the lab manager. And I was like, yeah, I need a 5 terabyte hard drive and
Ooh, nice.
and an ergonomic mouse.
Yeah.
Really nice mouse. Yeah.
Yeah, a friend of mine, he got a mouse from like a funding carpet, all these like cutouts in it and like speed holes and stuff. Why do
Go
you need
past the
this?
stripes.
Yeah. It lights up and it's like, okay. And then it immediately broke. Different mice. There we go.
There
Yeah.
we go.
Yeah.
And then of course, like my friends who did, you know, computer science and now do like AI bird monitoring stuff. Anything I think is remotely high tech is just I go into their offices and it's like, all right, okay,
Yeah.
Oh, maybe
no,
not.
okay.
Well, we got a question for you, Laura, from Reindeer Police. Is Laura a redcoat like me? Pog. Redcoat meaning English? Or is that like a Cambridge thing?
I assume it means English.
Oh, okay.
Is that
Yeah.
a word?
Oh, yeah, that would be like the
That would
American
be a
Revolutionary War.
term, American.
I didn't even get that. Shoot.
Americanism.
I only
for
Yeah.
got
British.
that because you said, "Does that mean English?"
Gotcha.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
have got that.
I assumed it was a Cambridge thing, that it's just, that I was not aware of, but no.
It's ridiculous,
Uh-huh.
but like, at least I hope not that ridiculous.
Is there a demonym for people who go to Cambridge? A specific word? Cambridgers, Cambridgeites?
Good question. I think probably not, just so there's an excuse to be like, I went to Cambridge University.
Yeah.
Sorry, the University of Cambridge.
University of Cambridge, yes.
There is
quite.
all of the colleges in Cambridge, there is a name,
Oh, okay.
which
Yeah.
is
Right.
stupid because you only get that if you have been to Cambridge.
Okay, okay.
And also, seeing as half of the
So it's
colleges
for internal
are named
use,
after, like, Jesus,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of them just make you sound like you're really into God and religion. And,
Gotcha, yeah, yeah.
Um,
So there's no, like, mascot, like, I went to Montana State, so it's the Montana State Bobcats. There's nothing like that for Cambridge?
no.
No. You're above all of that, huh?
Yes, it's all about the academics.
Yeah. Fair, yeah. I do think a lot of American schools would do well to get rid of their athletics programs, honestly.
Like, there
Um,
are sports teams,
Uh-huh. But it's like the rowing team and stuff like that, right?
the Blues.
The Blues.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And
Yeah,
it's a
that answers
blue
the question.
similar to Fisher's t-shirt. So it's not what...
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's
Sort of a
green.
teal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's-
Yeah, I wouldn't call
Yeah,
that
would
blue.
not really
The
call that
robin's egg.
blue.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting. Well, robin's egg blue is actually blue, though.
It's faded.
Right.
Yeah.
This
Years.
is blue.
You'd say that's blue?
Yeah, look at the seam.
That is not blue. That is green.
Danny, what color is a tennis ball?
A tennis ball is green. It's like kind of a fluorescent yellowish green.
Okay.
Yeah. Your Estwing handle there is blue.
Yes.
maybe
It's
like
much
Your
darker
shorts
blue.
are blue.
Yes. I would say my shirt is also blue.
I would say your shirt is green.
Yeah,
What do you think, Chad? We should run a poll.
this is blue.
You know, there are.
Mm,
I can't remember the name.
I don't know. I say that's green. What do you
There
say,
are certain
Chad?
cultures that do not recognize.
Feel free to disagree with me,
yellow
obviously.
Or green as a
Yeah.
distinct color. I think it's green.
It's just
Hmm.
one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It definitely looks
And
green on
things
camera.
that we would call green, they would call
Green looks pretty green. Olive drab. I don't know if I'd call it olive drab.
Yeah.
Old drab is like darker.
My shoes are blue.
Greenish gray,
My
says
socks are
Kenny
green.
HY.
And I'm like, it's helpful to have the distinction.
Murph says a mantis
But
shrimp might be able to
English
settle
has,
this,
like,
yeah.
words
And then punch our lights
in
out.
language. Like by orders of, it's about 200
It's blean.
words in English.
Says Urban Make. Fair, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just making fine distinctions. Yes. Well, yes.
I don't know, what we should do is look up that t-shirt on the
Like-
gift shop website and then see what the color is.
I'm pretty sure there's a different model that's green.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a screen or something.
Yeah.
It's also not clean.
Fair. Yeah.
And doused in shadow, so.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, I would say this shirt is like a bluish gray or grayish blue.
Yeah, I'd agree.
I
Would that
agree.
be
Yeah.
okay? We're trying to calibrate here.
Yeah.
Yeah. What color is this scoop? Blue gray.
Yeah. Blue gray.
I would say the same. Yeah. So it's not like we're on completely different.
But I'd say the mudstone is green, and the
Yeah.
scoop and the mudstone look like they're the same color right now.
The mudstone is green. I would say this is almost kind of bluish, but yeah, parts of it are green. Like yeah, I would say this is like a gray blue, and this is like a gray green blue, or gray green.
I think the shadow has lots of.
Yeah. What we need is our Munsell guide, and I didn't bring that.
Ooh,
I left
that's
it at
true.
home.
A Munsell guide could
Yeah.
just
That's
determine it.
that's the standard, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I would call Fisher's shirt teal, which is in between blue and green
Yeah.
some way.
Hmm.
Ethan's shirt is blue.
Ethan's shirt is blue.
And Don's shirt is red.
Don's shirt is definitely
Yep,
red.
Yep.
Oh, well, let's go look at Don's shirt actually real quick. Is that okay, Don? Can I bug you for a second? Yeah. We were arguing about Fisher's, what to call the color on Fisher's shirt. But yeah. Oh, nice.
My shirt. I think it's probably. Well, I think it was a light blue. No, it's
Yeah.
a faded light blue.
But this is our running series, Don's running shirt of the day. Yesterday it was for is it a triathlon or another 5K? I forget.
Yeah, it was a triathlon the other day. This was a 5K for the
Nice 5K run
Utah Football
2020.
Club 2010, so that was a while ago.
Utah Football Club. That sounds very English.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
The funny thing is, Don has all these 5K shirts, and he literally has 5K. He has 5,000 of them.
Yeah.
So, different one almost every day, which is cool. So, thanks, Don. Yeah.
not 5,000. That would be a lot of days to make 5,000 races.
Well, I mean, you might be doing 5 or 10 of them in a day. You know.
Oh yeah, well that's true. They won't get a shirt for all of them.
True. Yeah. This has been our running series, Don's running shirt of the day. We'll see what tomorrow brings.
Kenny, I thought your argument was that was logistically impossible.
I mean, Don's pretty fast. I mean, yeah. No, he got me. This is. I won't explain that. This is an inside joke here, Chad. But yeah, yeah. NPC upvote says, "What did you guys find?"
Yeah, we should.
Well, I've got a little bone right in here. Should be about ready to wrap. A little bone fragment of an iguanodont. Doesn't look like much, but I guess it's worth collecting. But yeah, for the next 2.5 weeks or so, we're going to be digging up a critter that would look in life a lot like this. That's an iguanodont dinosaur, and so we are working on excavating 1, maybe 2 new species of iguanodont from right here in this quarry. And Karen Poole right over here is going to be lead author on the paper describing this critter or critters. It's one of the things we're trying to figure out. It's like, do we have 1 species or 2 potentially? Seems like the consensus is drifting toward maybe 2 distinct species.
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah. A lot of that comes down to like the morphology of the hips. So yeah, hopefully some of the material that we find over the next couple weeks will help us determine that. But yeah, exciting stuff. New dinosaurs. And sure, why not? Says getting paid to dig a hole. What a scam. We're not actually getting paid. So yeah, maybe it is kind of a scam. No, we do this because we love it and because it's important, and we're trying to advance our understanding of the earliest Cretaceous period and the organisms that lived at that time. So yeah, I guess I am getting paid though for streaming. So thank you to everybody who got scammed into subscribing or gifting or cheering or whatever. I couldn't be here without that, so thank you kindly for that. Earnestly, I appreciate the support. But yeah. Male wife says he earns half a cent for every ad we watch. Something like that, yeah. Yeah, so keep watching those ads or subscribe. You know, you can even do that for free if you happen to have Amazon Prime. It's that Amazon Prime sub. It's gonna go to waste otherwise. What's that? Oh.
Sorry. Thanks.
And any non-dino critters found? Fossils, Smurf? I'm glad you specified fossils. Yeah, I had a piece of a plant root over here that I blew right through, so not collecting that. But yeah, we've had bits of crocs from here. I think mostly teeth. I don't think we have any croc osteoderms from this site yet, do we?
I had one last year.
We had one last year? Okay, nice. Yeah. Yeah. And we've had some precious rare theropod elements found too. From meat-eating dinosaurs. Oh, but those are dinosaurs though. You're asking about non-dinosaurs, Mark. Yeah, mostly plants and crocs. We have any turtle material from here?
Little bits.
Little bits? Okay. The things that you typically find in like a dinosaur quarry that are not dinosaurs. Turtles, crocs, and plants. So yeah. Yeah. And thank you, Kazulk, for the Prime sub. Prime, you say? Yes, indeed, Vex. Thank you, Kazulk. Appreciate that. And Reindeer Police, thank you for subscribing too. They say appreciate the content from Peterborough, UK. Excellent. I hope I said that correctly as well.
Not quite.
Is that near where you're from?
I'm not. I mean, it's near Cambridge.
Near Cambridge. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you're not actually. You're not from the UK originally, huh?
I am.
I can't believe I haven't asked you this yet.
Scotland and from Germany.
Oh, okay. Okay.
From both.
Gotcha. I thought I heard some like Scottish intonation in your voice. That makes a lot of sense now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm from Edinburgh in Scotland.
Uh-huh.
And Berlin in Germany.
Nice. Okay.
Easily known place.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of being like, I'm from Ullapool.
Right.
What?
Yeah. I often just say I'm from San Francisco because I don't want to say, oh, from
Yeah.
Martinez or Oakland or whatever. Yeah. Yeah. But I appreciate the subscription there, Reindeer Police. Thank you. I hope you're having a lovely evening there in Peterborough, UK. I hope you're staying cooler than we are right now. Although I've heard it's been a very hot summer in the UK, from what I understand. And, yeah. And thanks for being here, Pumpkin the Cat. Appreciate you. Yeah. And NPC upvote. I've briefly played the Jurassic World Evolution games, but I'm not really into video games, to be honest. So I've only ever... And mostly just talked about the dinosaurs and didn't really play the game very... I'm not very good at playing video games. I tend to, like, get distracted and start reading a book or something. But yeah. Agent Orange, thank you for the gift subs there. I appreciate that very much. Thank you. Good stuff. If we got a hype train going, beautiful. Yeah. Nice. Oh, and holy cow, Reindeer Police says, I play The Isle, which is a dinosaur open world PUV game. I usually play as a Diabloceratops. Well. We happen to have the discoverer of Diabloceratops here in the quarry right now. That's Uncle Don over there. Discovered Diabloceratops. Sorry, we won't bother him too much. But yeah, that's without Don DeBlue, we would not have Diabloceratops. So pretty wild. Yeah, very cool. And Hong Means Red, thank you for raiding in. Welcome to Paleontologizing. How was your stream? I hope it was really good. We're out here in Utah digging up dinosaurs, and try not to bug the other crew members too much while streaming. Thanks for being here. Yeah, holy cow. Hope you had a good stream. Breaking Bud, there you go. When reading, I usually get distracted and play video games. Well, you know, different strokes for different folks. Good stuff. Yeah. And, hola a ti también, Hong means red. Welcome, welcome. Oh! Do you do like a languages stream? Is that what this is about? Hong means red. Is Hong how you say red in, say, Mandarin or something like that?
Yes.
Oh, very cool. That's awesome. Yeah. Pretty cool. Hong. That's great. That's really cool. Yeah.
And it's like mostly what it is. Like Danny is definitely fairly unique, but there's some other people doing like dance and education.
And Alexander Morrison says, has Don gotten a Diabloceratops skull from Rob Gaston? Yeah, in fact, Don's wife got him the Diabloceratops skull as, I think, an anniversary gift or something. And it's... Oh, it's a birthday? Oh, okay, nice. Yeah. And it's above his fireplace. I've stayed at Don's place before. Don's Paleo Hotel. Don and Amy's Paleo Hotel. Which is what they jokingly call their house right before or after the field season starts or ends. When different paleontologists are coming in and need a place to stay until we leave for the field. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Like, it's one of the coolest things I've ever seen in a residence. A big Diabloceratops skull cast above the fireplace. That's... You can't get cooler decor than that. That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah.
I know. The bone in the center.
Alright, let me go ahead and wrap this up.
There's still time for the bone.
Alright. So again, for those of you who are new, I've got a chunk of dinosaur bone in here. Probably nothing super important. It's probably like a rib fragment, but I'm gonna collect it anyway. And let them sort it out in the lab. Who knows, could be something important. Not really.
I'm thinking I should take that book back and like. The ones you don't need? Yeah. There's only a handful of it.
Oops. I don't want to be the one to make that decision whether or not this is important enough to collect or not. We'll let them look at that in the lab under controlled conditions. You know, in the comfort of air conditioning and under a microscope, whatever they need to do to, you know, look at this properly. Be able to figure it out there. sufficient. Perfect, thank you. All right. Oh, and you're wrapping something too.
Oh yeah, just a
Nice.
little weathered tooth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, nice. Can I show the camera as well?
Yeah, you can hold it up if you want.
Yeah, that's fair. Very cool. So we've got an iguanodont tooth. It's not the prettiest one in the world, but it's still really, really cool. It's been fairly weathered there. But there sticking out of the rock is a tooth from an herbivorous ornithischian dinosaur. Which is kind of redundant, because as far as we know, all ornithischians were herbivorous.
True,
Yeah.
true. But you're describing.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah. You got the masking tape over here too?
No, I thought you might have had it.
Yeah.
I think so. I think
I'll
last I
find
knew,
it
I think Fisher
and
might
bring it
have
over to you.
had
Yeah, I put it with the.
Nice.
Oh, maybe I've got the tape. Here you go.
Oh. Thanks, Don. There we go.
So when you wrap stuff up in toilet paper, we actually kind of like twist it as you go.
Where's the?
That's what Don was talking about.
Make it thicker.
Yeah, basically. For volume and space. And then we'll wrap that in masking tape. And then,
Okay. You don't want any glue or anything.
I mean, I already glued it on the other side.
Okay, but not like.
But we don't like glue the paper or anything.
Okay.
Yep. Just the toilet paper and then the tape. Or something really like that.
Oh wow. Look at that. I made a Union Jack. God save the Queen.
Do we have colored Sharpies? We can really fill that in.
It's actually only a Union Jack when it's flown at sea.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Otherwise
Okay.
it's just a Union flag.
Okay,
Oh.
interesting. So Jack implies nautical. Okay, okay.
Not sure why,
Uh-huh.
but it's one of those things where you will have like a well actually person
Uh-huh.
say that.
Okay.
Well, actually,
Yeah.
Today,
Yeah.
today
it was
that
me.
is you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Danny.
Yeah. All right, and I should
I
have
learned.
my own permanent marker in here.
Yeah, that's good, because I've never heard like any other flag called a jack. And
There we go.
I don't know why
Yeah.
that one we call a Union Jack. All right.
And
It does. It's a cooler name than Union Jack.
Yeah.
It's like
It
Union
sounds cool.
flag.
it's more distinctive. Yeah.
Boring. And also works well with a Cockney accent. Yeah. I'll get the Union Jack out.
Wow, what an exciting label there. Rib frag? They're going to be dying to open this up in the lab. Holy cow. That's going to be a high priority.
First one opened.
Rib frag question mark? Yeah. D B E W 2025.
Ontogeny.
Can I have that Sharpie when you're done as well?
It's really lousy, but yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
okay. I actually might
Um,
need a finer point for this tiny one.
Yeah, shoot. I've got a paint marker if you want to try that, but we've got better
Yeah,
Sharpies.
the-
Thank you, Fisher.
Thanks, Fisher.
That one's at least like functional.
It's at least a functional one. All right, I'm gonna write as small as I can.
I've not. Oh yeah, this is. Let's see if this is any good.
Oh, this isn't bad. I can work with this.
This might be completely dry. Shoot. Ooh, okay. Nope, not dry. There we go. Good enough. Bless you.
Tape
This
on?
is in tape. Masking tape is over here.
The tapers?
Masking tape?
Oh, cool. Let's keep putting it back in the mapping bench so we have a common point
sorry.
of origin.
I was still.
Oh, you're still using it?
I mean, I'm done with it now.
Oh, you
I was
just
just still
used it.
writing.
My
I
bad.
just used it and
Yeah,
it's
no
still
worries.
writing.
Is it an okay label, you think?
Yeah, I would just put the nearest nail coordinates.
Nearest nail coordinates? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's sweet. Yeah, if something really is not important, but like collectible, it is quite nice to not have to number it.
Yeah, for sure. Takes a long time.
I have a question for the men here, or people who shave.
Uh-huh.
Do you bring mirrors with you?
Yeah.
Okay, that
Yeah.
was it.
Also, you could just use a car mirror
True.
Yeah, true.
but I
if
usually-
you want to do it, yeah.
in my tent or whatever, then I've got a little fold-up mirror, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't just go, right, I'm going out for the season.
What's that?
You don't just go, right, season time, I'll shave in 3 weeks.
No, I generally shave like my neck and my cheeks and around my mouth, just because otherwise it just gets really like rough and scraggly and it's uncomfortable. Yeah.
I don't know what that feels like, so.
Yeah. It's not the most fun, but you know,
Okay.
I'm not complaining about it.
I've definitely known guys who just don't shave in the field.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess it's just personal preference.
Yeah. So wait, surely you can't be that good at doing it, but you just don't need a mirror.
You can just feel it by feel.
Yeah, you're just like, right, I know exactly, I've done it.
Right?
Had the same style my entire life. I'm perfect at it.
I mean, sometimes I'll just use the electric razor really quickly without a mirror, but I end up missing spots. And if I have the mirror with me, like, why not use it?
Plus, you're on camera.
I mean, yeah.
That's true. You have more reason than any of us to look presentable.
Alright. Look at that labeling job there. Rib frag.
Like,
Doling's Bowl, Ethan's Wash, 2025.
And be like, oh,
Upper bone bed near 54 East, 100 North. It's embarrassing, but that's okay. I need to get a proper Sharpie out of my tent with a fine tip on it.
just slather it on, we're good.
Nice.
I'd put that in a Ziploc if you don't mind.
Yeah, cool.
We might have one in here with some room for.
Yeah, I could fit that in probably.
Yeah.
It's a, let's see.
That one's kind of
borderline.
Everything in that bag is unnumbered stuff that's just kind of junk.
Nice.
So it's not really the end of the world. Just a little craft in there.
Ooh, yeah, I can make this fit.
Nice.
Thanks, Ethan. Beautiful. All right. And let's see. And that's an interesting question, Candle White. Speaking of sneezes, do you think dinosaurs had special breathing adaptations that would have protected them from inhaling pollen or dust or something? So yeah, I don't suppose there's anything that's been found in the fossil record that would support or deny that hypothesis. So we do have some kinds of dinosaurs like ankylosaurs. Some of the ankylosaurids have these crazy complicated nasal passages. So their bony nares, their bony nostrils, are where you'd expect them to be at the front of the skull, and then as they move through the skull, going up, back down toward their trachea, there's all these crazy twists and turns and stuff that their nasal passages take, and we're not really sure. Been something kind of similar to like nasal turbinates in mammals that like warm and moisten the air as it's coming into the body. Some of these guys lived in desert environments, and so that would have been useful to have potentially. Maybe it had something to do with vocalization, like maybe forcing air through those complicated nasal passages produced some kind of interesting sound that they could use to communicate with one another or something like that, or express themselves. We don't really know, but yeah, the thing that comes to mind when we talk about nasal passages in dinosaurs is the ankylosaurids. If Jim were here, and hopefully he'll be here soon, we could ask him about that, because I'm sure he's got ideas about this. He works on ankylosaurs. But, yeah, can't tell you off the top of my head, like, if that would be like a filtering thing. For sure, Saiga antelope have got those crazy schnozzes, right, with the nasal turbinates?
Yeah.
And I've read that those are maybe like dust filters. Is there any
Dust or, I mean, they're found in high latitudes, and they were widespread in the Pleistocene across Europe and Central Asia and North America, so it could be an adaptation to the cold as well.
To the cold as well, okay. So warming the air as it's coming into the body. Interesting, yeah.
You see the same thing in moose.
And moose?
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got pretty thick noses. Is it like a complicated trajectory that the air takes?
I don't know about the internal anatomy.
Gotcha, okay. Huh. Interesting. Thanks, Fish.
But I do know that at least in Saiga, I think it has something to do with warming the air.
Yeah. I've also heard the dust filtering idea multiple times, but I don't know if there's really any credence to that. And, ooh, great question from Cleet McDougall. Most underrated dinosaur, in your opinion? Oh boy. I think, well, I don't know, my standard answer for this might be something like Falcarius, which is a therizinosaur from this same geological formation, from the Cedar Mountain. Falcarius is really interesting for a bunch of reasons. It's an early therizinosaur, maybe the earliest one we have, and it seems to maybe represent a transition from meat-eating to plant-eating in a dinosaur, because the ancestors of therizinosaurs may have been carnivorous, like most theropod dinosaurs. Most Mesozoic theropods, at least. Birds, yeah. But, yeah, so it's essentially like a dinosaur in transition. There have been so many different specimens of this critter found, like at places like Crystal Geyser Quarry, not too far from where we are here. And these represent everything from tiny little individuals that might be maybe barely older than hatchlings up to full-size adults. Unfortunately, they're disarticulated, so the bones are all scattered. But still, you've got like thousands of elements from these animals. There may be like 1,000 individuals represented there, maybe more. So Falcarius is a dinosaur that's really interesting from an evolutionary perspective. Like, it's undergoing a major transition ecologically from meat eater to plant eater. And we've got so many different specimens from different growth stages.
Perfect.
So we could potentially learn a lot about how these dinosaurs grew and matured and how they changed during their lifespans.
2025 MISC
So yeah,
bits.
Falcarius is a good answer.
Fill those bags till they're really full.
Yeah. All right.
Nice job.
Yeah. Yeah. Crimson Carnotaurus. That's the plot to Lisa the Vegetarian. Congratulations, yeah, very, very good. Yeah. That's one of my favorite Simpsons episodes.
Sharpie, thank you very much.
Yeah. Remember, you don't win friends with salad.
Fans with salad.
Yeah, Laura knows. Yeah.
I guess I just don't want to bend over.
Karen, do you have a go-to answer for like
I mean, I feel like we talked about this the other day.
We did.
Dryosaurus.
Dryosaurus? Yeah. Dryosaurus. That's been a running joke on my channel for a long time, but yeah, I don't know. Is there a dinosaur that you in particular wish more people knew about and would get excited about in the general public? Some kind of ornithischian?
I mean, honestly, heterodontosaurs. They're super weird and like, I don't know. I feel like they were probably kind of omnivorous, kind of weird pig-like size at least, and kind of cute little dinosaurs.
Possibly fuzzy too.
Possibly, definitely has some kind of filaments on it. So,
do you think they could be related to marginocephalians, pachycephalosaurs? I've heard that idea floated before.
Yeah, that was originally my PhD advisor, Kathy Forsker's hypothesis.
Okay.
Which she won't defend that anymore either. So I think probably not. I think there is a lot of evidence that they are a pretty like early branching ornithischian. There's actually a lot of features of their skull that are almost theropody, like when you look at them.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And also big caniniform teeth. They're not canines because they're not mammals, but they look very much like a canine tooth. And heterodontosaurus means different
toothed lizard,
right?
Yeah.
So they have differentiated teeth, very much like mammals.
Which is kind of unusual for dinosaurs.
It is unusual for dinosaurs, and like I said, and that's what makes me think they're probably at least somewhat omnivorous, or at least if fully herbivorous, like not like just eating leaves the way a lot of other herbivorous dinosaurs are. They're maybe eating kind of like some kind of like roots, tubers, nuts, seeds, things like that. Because like why else have like a big old chunky tooth like that? I mean, maybe like competition and stuff. Maybe it's not a feeding thing, but
there's that old idea that maybe that's sexual dimorphism, that like males have the tusks and the females don't. But I don't know if that's.
We don't really find heterodontosaurs without that.
There's a Brictosaurus, but that might just be missing. It might be taphonomic.
Yeah,
you know?
it's not very well preserved. So
yeah.
Anyway, but what I'm saying is it would make sort of sense if you're starting from your sort of generic dinosaur ancestor. It seems like those were probably carnivorous, so it makes sense that like sort of the earliest diverging orniths would still be kind of working their way towards full herbivory. Like there's a logic to that, like just on that plane. Right? There's a logic to them diverging pretty early, and like I said, and just anatomically, there's a lot of reasons to put them there.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool.
But I think they're super cool dinosaurs. But like honestly, I can't remember ever seeing like any kind of heterodontosaurus toy or in the Jurassic series or like anything. So that's why I'm going to say they're underrated, because like I don't feel like you ever see that.
Right. That's a really good point.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had
they're cool little dinosaurs.
Yeah. I've got a heterodontosaurus skull at home that I 3D printed, but I did that because it was unusual and like I don't think I've ever seen like a heterodontosaurus toy or model or anything like that.
Right?
Which is wild.
They don't I mean, look, if someone in chat knows one,
post a link in the chat. Yeah, we'd love to see it. Yeah. And Crimson Carnotaurus says Pegomastax might put heterodontosaurs on the radar a little more because of a video game called Ark Survival Evolved.
Oh, okay.
They have Pegomastax in it? Interesting.
That's cool.
Huh. And have we found enough heterodontosaurs to compare the tusks? I don't know if we have enough specimens. That's a good question. I'm not sure.
There's a fair number of just heterodontosaurus, and we have a few different species. I don't follow that so much.
Yeah.
But yeah. But like I said, I'm pretty sure that like everything that's been identified as a heterodontosaurus like has the tusks. I don't think there's any reason to think it's sexually dimorphic.
Okay, yeah.
Caveat, not exactly my area.
Yeah.
I might be unaware of some things.
But no, I think you're right though. And I don't think like a Brictosaurus or what is it, iguanodont, which I think are from the same formation. I don't think they're considered valid anymore.
Yeah,
I think they've
it's-
kind of fallen by the wayside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like Tian Yulong is definitely distinct just
Yeah.
biogeographically. And now I don't. let's see.
Were you there for the talk at SVP about the new heterodontosaur?
Oh, the
from...
super tiny one from the
Yeah.
Kayenta? Yes!
Yeah. I can't wait until that thing gets published. That's so exciting.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
so small.
Yeah.
And Frutidens is really small too.
Yeah. Frutident's very small.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. Anyway, cool group. Heterodontosaurs. They're neat. Yeah. Jay Dottie, that's a great question. I'll get to that in a second, but I want to catch up to some other ones from earlier. Trooper 2112. No, if you were to find a seed from the time of the dinosaurs and plant it, it would not grow. That was 66 million years ago. Seeds don't last that long. We're not talking about like ancient Egypt here. We're talking about, tens of millions of years ago. So yeah, good question though. Let's see. How do we celebrate a big find at the quarry? I don't know. Hoot and holler, I guess. Yeah, I don't know if we have I don't think we have any champagne in the fridge or anything. Ethan had some for Wyoming, but I don't think we have that here. We're in Utah. Alcohol isn't really a thing within state borders.
A trip to the gas station for ices.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Might go into Green River and get burritos or something like we did last night. It was excellent. MRX Fox 12 says hey to you too. Welcome. Yeah. And Solar wants to know, what would a volunteer need to get for a dig? So if you were to come out to an area like this, when we have people who are joining the crew, we tell them bring your own tent, bring your own boots and clothing that would be useful in this sort of environment. If you've got personal digging tools that you're fond of, bring those. Like food or medication or anything like that you need, obviously.
As long as it doesn't include a knife.
Yeah, don't bring an oyster knife, Don says. Mine are back in my tent. We've got a strict no oyster knife rule in the quarry. Yeah, I don't know, stuff like that. We provide food here and water and digging tools, and that's about it. Everything else you kind of need to supply yourself. We wish we could provide more, but that's, we have budget constraints. Yeah. And yes, Crimson, the Kayenta Formation is where Dilophosaurus and Scutellosaurus are known from. Exactly. Same formation. Yeah. Jay Dottie says, hi from the UK. Are there any dinosaurs portrayed in movies that drive you crazy because they are so inaccurately depicted? Oh boy. Yeah, I guess.
Where to start?
Yeah, it's a perennial question. Or a perennial topic of conversation, I should say. Yeah, I don't know. I get particularly frustrated with the Jurassic World movies just because they are so popular and there's such a wonderful opportunity there to introduce the public to new kinds of dinosaurs, and ultimately a big part of dinosaurs comes straight from those movies. And so yeah, when they just pass up the opportunity to show people cool new dinosaurs and instead oh yeah, let's make up some big dumb monster, it's disappointing. So yeah, I'll leave it at that. We've got other questions too. I could talk about this all day, and I'm trying not to. And Geeks Tour says, speaking of camp, how does this camp compare to the last one? More people, better site, better food? We definitely have more shade tarps here. Hopefully they don't blow away. It's getting a little windy. Yeah. It's cloudy enough, and we're coming up on quitting time, I guess. Anyway.
Yeah, might be time to take it down.
Help with that.
I don't think it's a bone, but I glued it just in case. Like the thing coming out, it's very loose like a bone. I just glued it back in place.
Yeah. Fair point.
It's not good.
Other one's at least a little lower.
Okay, is that it for now?
Yeah, I think that would be good.
Cool. Yeah, so to continue answering that question, we have some of the same people here. You can see Fisher and Ethan right there. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. Far fewer people. We've got 6 people on the crew at the moment. When Jim and Ken get here later, that'll bring our total up to 8. And then I think we've got somebody else joining us tomorrow. That'll be 9. But so yeah, much smaller crew than we had in Wyoming, like less than half the size. But this is very different kind of situation. Like we've got one site that we're working here, your mountain formation, for 3 weeks. So that means we get to just sit here at this site and come back to it every day. It's not like we've got 5 different sites running simultaneously and we've got to drive dozens of miles to get to them. Or a dozen miles or whatever. We can literally walk to the site from camp, which is really nice. Again, this almost feels like a vacation after all that work in Wyoming, which again was a ton of fun, and I'll do it again next year. But this is work is kind of at a different pace. It's a little bit more laid back. Logistically, it's a lot simpler than the work in Wyoming. It's really nice. Yeah, I always enjoy being here. I mean, I always enjoy doing fieldwork in general, but Billings Bowl in particular is, you know, good people, good camaraderie, good food too. I think Karen might be making Thai peanut noodles tonight. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, it's I mean, it's a thing I normally make at home. I actually call it chickpea noodle bowls. But,
oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I kind of realized at some point making it, I was like, this translates to the field super well. The sauce is mostly peanut butter, which we have.
Right, yeah, and it's shelf stable, so yeah.
Add like some garlic and ginger and sriracha. And then put it over some noodles, and then we'll add chickpeas for the veggie people and chicken.
Oh man, I'm excited for this.
And chicken for the omnivores.
Oh, we could have even done tofu if we wanted to, but I don't know how that would go with this.
That's true. I usually just do chickpeas.
Yeah. I'm sure it'll be great. Yeah.
And like, we got some cabbage, so we'll throw some shredded cabbage on there.
Yeah, nice. That'll be excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any karaoke tonight? I don't know if we're gonna do karaoke here. I've got all my karaoke gear that I brought to.
Karaoke gear? Okay.
Well, I've got a karaoke machine, like the microphones and the little speaker, and then I just hooked that up via Bluetooth to a laptop, and then a projector, so that we could just use YouTube for all the karaoke songs.
Yeah.
Works really well, but I don't know if we'll set that up here. It is a lot of setup, and yeah, we'll see. Yeah. And NPC Upvote says, what's the best tool in a paleontologist kit, and what's your favorite tool? Oh boy, best tool?
Don't say oyster knife right now.
Yeah, well, don't tell Dawn, but oyster knife, yeah. I don't know, here at this quarry, I don't know. I'm very fond of this. This is what we call a scratch awl. It looks like a screwdriver, but it's got a pointy tip like that. It's got this metal caudal end, and so just use it for, you know, like that. Just exploiting the natural cracks in the rocks to break things apart. Whisk brooms, soft brushes,
The bone layer's very sweet.
scoops like this. This is a plastic feed scoop, stuff like that. I got this little number. This is brand new, which is another kind of scratch awl. Really heavy duty. This is all metal. So yeah. Oh, do we see a vehicle? All right, we got Jim here. Nice. It's gonna probably take him a while to get to the quarry, so I don't think you'll see him today, chat. We're gonna wrap up pretty soon. But yeah, we'll have Jim at the site tomorrow. It's gonna be good. Yeah. Nice. Anyway, yeah. And pizza delivery. Very funny. I don't think Jim brought pizza with him. Yeah. But yeah, anywho. I think with that, it's about time to wrap up the stream, because I want to help with taking down all the stuff. I want to make sure I'm pulling my weight here. But, yeah. Jim is going to be right over there. Let's see if I can see the vehicle. Yeah, there he is. There's Jim over there. We set up his tent earlier. And, oh man, did he bring the Toyota 4Runner? I hope he did. I'm tired of driving around these. I hope he brought the 4Runner. Oof, that'd be nice. We'll see. Oh, and there's Ken. You see Ken?
I do.
Yeah, awesome. Well. Yeah, Ken's here too. I'll wrap things up so I can go say hello to Ken, give him a hug, and we'll be streaming again tomorrow. We'll have Ken and Jim on camera, but yeah, the triumphant return of Jim Kirkland and Ken. I don't know if I should say Ken's last name, because I don't know if that's public. So, he's just Ken, and that's Ken off. Anyway, chat, let's see who else is streaming right now and we'll wrap things up. Well, I will tell them chat says hi, Squiggles. Absolutely. Yeah. Who else is live right now? Go to my following list. Live now. PaleoStream is on. Well, let's go say hello to PaleoStream. Paleo artist Joshua Knupe, who is a professional paleo artist. Raid PaleoStream. Excellent. It's always great when we can raid into PaleoStream on the weekends. I don't stream from the weekends back home, so when we're in the field, it's great. Yeah, everybody, thank you so much for another great stream. I really appreciate your viewership, your support, your questions, your raids, your enthusiasm, your kind words. Your financial support is the reason I can be out here in the first place. And of course, the hard work of all those moderators is the reason that we can keep this a safe and welcoming community for everybody, and keep me from getting annoyed while I'm streaming too. So thank you, mods, for all of the hard work that you do. I appreciate you more than you know. We'll be streaming again tomorrow at the same time, and I look forward to seeing you all then, if you can make it. We'll have hopefully some more bones to show off too, now that we're finally getting into the bone layer. Working from 9 until 2 o'clock. There's going to be lots of opportunity to find some more bones, so hopefully we'll have some new ones to show you. Anyway, take care, everybody, and let's go check out what PaleoStream is up to. All right, bye-bye.